Welcome to Now It's Legal podcast, where we talk about the NCAA and the NIL. We get to talk to guys like Deshawn Gaddie. Man, thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you for having me, man.
Yeah, man. So we're going to jump right into it. What made you choose a school like UNT?
One, it was for sure close to home, close to my mom, and also they just was, at the time, I felt like it was the best opportunity for me, and I just felt I could go there and become the best player, best man I could be.
Absolutely. So we're talking about the best man you can be. Who are some of those people that can push you to become the best man?
At the school, we talking about like just
At home with mom.
at home. Oh, my mom, my uncle, and all my family members just always believing in me, pushing me, and they never flinch. They know what I'm doing it for. So they my why for sure. They always wanted me to do this. This always what I've always wanted to do. You know, I've been playing football since I was 6. So it's like football that's what I do. That's what I know. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. So you say you've been playing football since you were 6. In high school, did you just play football or did you play other sports?
I know. I played football. I played basketball. I ran track. Yeah, I did a little bit of it all.
Yeah, so there is a video out whenever you committed to Ole Miss about you running track. Did you still run track in college, or did you just do it to stay, in shape?
So really, the only reason I really did track was because it was like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of fast, but
Kinda.
I get some free medals with it too. So it was like, why not, go out there and get some more hardware.
Absolutely. So you're on the Now It's Legal podcast. We're going to talk about the NIL. Did you sign an agreement with the collective with UNT?
No.
You did not sign a collective with UNT. But you did when you transferred to Ole Miss. We'll get into that. Were you able to sign a collective agreement, or still none at the time?
Yeah, no, I signed with the Grove Collective for sure.
The Grove Collective. Okay. So you came back as the number 1 2023 cornerback, number 1 in the SEC. What does it feel like to gain accolades like that?
I feel like it for sure, it makes you kind of want to work harder, because it's like, okay, I see my work not going unnoticed, but it's like there's always more work to be done. It was like that was cool for sure. I was happy about it when I seen it, but it was like, but can I do it again?
Right.
And it was like, and I didn't do that in the SEC. I did that in the Conference USA. Not saying what I did was easy, because being number 1, nothing's easy about that. But when I did it, it was like, oh yeah, that's what's up. That made me play harder for sure.
Absolutely. Can you speak on the time that you were at UNT? How long did you attend UNT?
I was at UNT for 4 years, 2019 through 2023.
So was your mom able to go to all the games at UNT?
Every single one.
So you went to every single one?
Every single one. Didn't miss home, away, rain, sleet, snow. She was there for sure.
That's incredible. Are there any coaches that you could shout out at UNT that kind of helped you grow and morph into the man you are today?
I gotta think back. Shout out my dog, Coach Latrell. That was my dog for sure.
Coach Latrell, he's not there currently, but what can you speak on about Coach Latrell and his philosophy?
Selfless, tough discipline.
Absolutely.
It was, you got to see him every day. Oh yeah, and my dog, Coach Romack, strength and coach conditioning. He built a mentality, like installed a mentality in all our brains that like, you gotta go. Like, you got to be able to wake up and do it no matter how hard, how easy it is. You got to be able to do everything, the little things right. Coach Bennett, forgot about my that's the one right there. He probably one of the smartest coaches I ever played for. He had a mentality I never knew an old man could have, but that old man was nothing like any man you will ever meet. I promise you that one.
Yeah, I went to a couple games at UNT while you were there working with KD Davis. He was wearing the yellow, right?
He was superstitious.
So why would he wear that yellow?
I think it was something like with Baylor. Like, he always wore a yellow polo at Baylor, so it was like he was real superstitious. So he always wore that yellow polo and them khakis, the Latin khaki shorts.
Yeah.
But as you notice, everybody else on the team, all the coaches had pants on.
Yeah.
That was just his philosophy. Like, that was him.
So my thought is that he wanted to be visible on the field, and he wanted you guys to see him, and it's not like you could miss him at that point. So I think it
Facts.
served in
Yeah,
both
it go
areas,
both ways.
But I
Facts.
had no idea about the Baylor.
Facts.
So you totaled 149 tackles at UNT for your career there. And then you got first team all conference, 12 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery for the season. Speak on that, man. That's an incredible feat.
I could just say that December and January before going into that year, I just know for sure that was my most dedicated, like, the way I worked out, the way I was eating, everything I did that year, I just knew, like, I had to pop that year. You know, it was, I put in so much work. I just felt like I just knew it was gonna happen. I kind of spoken into existence, but it was I wrote it all down. I wrote my goals down in my phone. I didn't meet them all, but like I met just about all of them. You know, but it all kind of played a part. I feel like I worked so hard that off season. It was just bound to happen.
Right. I would say that if you write all your goals down and you meet every single one of them, you aren't dreaming big enough. So
I feel that.
yeah,
I feel that.
I feel like that's I think that's a right thing to say. I know I write down my goals, and I definitely don't meet every single one of them. Mm-hmm. But I know that they are obtainable at some point.
Facts.
At some point. So we're gonna transition into UNT and the KD Davis situation. I know you're good buddies with him. That's how I met you.
Yeah.
So KD Davis was on pace to break the record at UNT, and then someone calls in anonymously and changes the record. Can you speak on that?
Man, it's a crazy world, man. But what God got planned for you, nobody can stop. Because as you can see, he still broke the record.
He still broke the record. He broke the record in the Frisco Bowl.
Yep.
Right. Can you speak on the relationship you have with KD Davis? Do you still speak to him?
Oh, that's my dog. Like, that was my dog since UNT. When I went to Ole Miss, days at Ole Miss, one go right. I could call him anytime I want. He just, like, that's a real big brother to me, you know. Like, he was a couple years ahead of me, but, like, the way we played on the field, it was, like, the chemistry we had, we just clicked, man. It was, like, off the field, too. He was a real person, man, a real brother, like, that anybody would love to have, you know.
Absolutely. He's now signed with the Canadian Football League, and kudos to KD.
Facts. Big facts.
Seeing Big Bro do that, it's got to make you feel good.
What? Show it's possible, man. Through all the adversity, you just keep your head down and keep going. God gonna give you the opportunity.
Absolutely. Talking about opportunity, where did you go to high school?
Arlington Lamar in Arlington, Texas.
Arlington, Texas. So Arlington is actually where the Dallas Cowboys Stadium is. So for anybody watching that doesn't know, it's not in Dallas. It's in Arlington.
It's in Arlington, yeah.
Let's talk about the guys that came out of Lamar, the Vikings. Are any guys have gone pro? Any guys have gone to the next level like yourself?
Yeah, for sure. We had Madre Harper. He was drafted. We had Shane Buechele. He was drafted. We had Bobby Brown, and that's probably my real, like, big brother. Like, he looked out for the whole team. Like, just knowing coming from that school, it wasn't too many opportunities, but he made sure, like, his brothers got the opportunity that they weren't getting. You know, like, taking us on visits from Texas to Texas A&M to Oklahoma State, and Baylor. Like, he took us to make sure we did what we needed to do, you know, to get the exposure that we needed to get to try to get to the next level.
And that coach, he's the head coach?
Nah, Bobby Brown, that's a player.
Yeah, so no, you're saying the Bobby Brown who took y'all to all those different schools, that wasn't in the curriculum. That was not a part of the football program's plan to take y'all there. He took it upon himself to then expose you guys, the young men, into the college world.
Facts.
And can you kind of speak on the character of him?
Man, that's another one. That's another one of my big brothers. That he was a year ahead of me, but we kind of like the same age. I think he a year ahead of me, or if not, we might be the same age. But he paved the way. Like, we used to work out his mom used to work us out. It's crazy that sound. His mom was a professional basketball player, Erica Kelly. She had a sad story. She I think broke her femur, but her work ethic and the way she trained him, we all went and trained with him like every summer at Lamar on the grass field, running 100s, running 110s, doing tire flips, doing everything we could just to try to get to the next level, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually, when you get to your senior year in high school, what offers did you get?
So I was what they call a late bloomer. So I didn't have any offers going into my senior year. I got them all like after that, you know, like in the like the second semester. That's when I had went to a mega camp to get them all. I didn't even like none of the coaches was coming to the school asking about me. It was more one of my coaches, my DB coach, Coach Flight, he recommended me go to a mega camp at LD Bell, like 20, 30 minutes down the street from Lamar, and they had like Tulane there, ULM, they had Lafayette, they had all the you know, not the big schools, but you know,
Yeah.
schools that give you
D1.
opportunity, facts. And that's all we was looking for. I remember my first offer. I didn't even go to school that day. I was sick. I remember like it was yesterday. They called me on my phone. One of the my receivers coach, he said, Deshawn, ULM want to talk to you. I think they gonna offer you. And I'm like, for real? And he like, yeah, they should be calling you in like 10 minutes. So I'm just laying in the bed like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And then they called me. And as soon as he said it, I just like bust out into tears like mama, like, it happened.
Yeah.
Like, it's happening, like, and then, you know, they say, like, after you get your first one, then, you know, that's when they all kind of start rolling in. And then after that, they start rolling in. I had, like, ULM, UNT, Lafayette, I think I had Air Force, Texas State, Tulane, San Diego State. I had, like, 13, 14 offers.
That's incredible. And you got it in the second semester. You know, a lot of the guys usually get it starting their junior year.
Yeah.
And then it just slowly works its way down. And so inevitably you picked UNT, right? And you have a killer season, right? You are crushing it. You see 2 coaching staffs, right, through UNT. 3 coaching staffs through UNT.
3. Because Coach Redford recruited me. Then we played 1 year. He was gone. COVID happened. Clint Bowen was the DC after that. And then he left right after COVID. And then Coach Bennett was the DC after that.
Wow, that's a lot of shakeups, especially with a college career. You're trying to stay consistent while everything around you is shifting.
And we was in a new defense every year.
You're in a new defense every year. So how do you get comfortable and, you know, ready for the next season when you don't know if there's going to be any changes?
You kind of just got to be able to adapt. That's one thing I say. You just got to be ready to stay on your toes and never fold, you know. Like, I played my freshman year, I really just did a lot of special teams, but I was in the 2 deep with the corners. And then my sophomore year, it was COVID season, so I was playing safety. We was in a 3-3-5. And then I moved down the corner. And then junior year, I was playing safety again for 6 games, and then one of our corners got hurt. So then I moved to corner for the last 6 games. Senior year was the only year I played 1 season at one position, and that was the year the year I blew. You know, everything happened.
Yeah. So you enter the transfer portal. I'm going to let you tell this story, but you entered the transfer portal with like 3 days until it closed.
Literally.
So can you tell me about that?
I feel like I entered so late only because I feel like I owed so much to my team. I loved my brother so much. I really didn't want to leave, but I knew I needed to take that next step, you know, to try to really solidify me getting to where I wanted to go, which is the NFL at the end of the day, you know. So when I did that, it was just like, man, all right, we finna make this jump. And then, boom, we jumped off the ship. And it was like, call from here, call from here, call from here. But it was like, we had so much little time. It was like I had to kind of narrow the process down fast.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss was probably the first school to, like, yeah, we like you. Like, and it's crazy. The year before that, Coach Biaggi, Marty Biaggi, he was at UNT,
Yep.
and then he went to Ole Miss, and they was trying to get me there a year ago, but I was like, nah, I need better film. I really need to show that I can play.
Right.
And I was like, I really need to stamp that. So then I feel like I guess I did that, and it was like, yeah, this is the place for me. It was like they was bringing in a lot of transfers, and I'm not worried about competing. Like, that's all football is. Like, that's what I love to do. I want to compete.
Right.
That's what make the best the best. They compete with the best. So it was like, yeah, this is a school for me. The love from the community, the coaches, the players, the fans. It was everything a man could wish for. Like, SEC ball is for sure second to none. You don't get nothing like it until you go and play in it, I would say, yeah.
For sure. Can you tell all the schools that offered you when you entered the portal?
I had Baylor, I had Tech, I had Arkansas, I had A&M, I had Virginia, I had UCLA, I was clocking them in, I ain't gonna lie, and they was coming so fast, it was like,
What do I do?
yeah, like overwhelming. It was like, dang, I appreciate everything, but it was just like, it was kind of overwhelming. It was all happening so fast, and then with 3 days left, it was like I'm trying to hurry up and get somewhere so I could start in the spring and solidify my spot,
Right.
And then with Ole Miss, it was like they brought in a whole new D staff, so it was like I really need to get here because they got a new playbook and we got all these new players, and it was like I got to hurry up and get here so I could get in the mix,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you able to take an official visit or fly out there before you committed, or
Yeah.
did you commit and then go?
Nah, I flew out there for sure first. Like, I went in the portal, I think, on Monday. I was out there on Wednesday.
What?
And I think the portal was closing on, like, Saturday.
Whoa. So they moved very quickly.
Facts.
So tell me how that visit was and kind of walk me through that day.
It was like, all right, mama, come on. We finna go to Ole Miss. We got to see what – and then it was also a dream come true because it was like SEC. It was like that's where you ideally want to play because they say that's where the best of the best are. It's the mini NFL, So it was like, okay, let's hurry up and get down here and see not even what they got to offer, but let's just see what it is that we missing out on. And it was just like everything they was saying and talking about and what I was just seeing from my eyes, it was like, yeah, this is where I need to be. Like, I know they're going to have a great year this year. I know I can contribute, and I want to contribute, so let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're there. You're coming in as a cornerback. They move you to safety. This is almost like a deja vu almost.
Man.
So when did you know that you were going to be playing safety?
3 games into the season. After Georgia Tech, I think Alabama was because that was first conference game. That's the 4th game. Mm-hmm. No, so Georgia Tech, that's when I got in at safety, the 3rd game of the season.
Right.
Like, it was the first game I played corner against Mercer. Then we played Tulane, I was playing corner. And then Georgia Tech, the 3rd game, I was playing safety.
That's insane. Can you tell me, you got to travel to all the games.
Yeah.
Can you give me the best stadium besides home?
One thing I can say is no place like Oxford. But if I could say, I got to say 2 because Georgia was nuts. Athens, nuts. That's something like you really have to experience. And then Auburn is for sure number 2. You would think it's Alabama. Alabama had 100,000 too now. But since we was playing such a good game, it didn't feel like it. Like the crowd wasn't, rowdy. It was like kind of mellow, the whole time.
Right, you kind of silenced them a little bit.
Yeah, facts. But Auburn, the whole student section had at least 30,000 before the game. This is us just, as soon as we arrived and walking on the field, whole student section already packed.
What?
And it was like, no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And then Georgia, you know they was the 2-time national defending champion.
Yeah.
They let it be known, like.
And they walked out with Quavo. Can you kind of walk me through that?
It's crazy because no one knew they walked out with Quavo until we see after the game. We on the phone and we like, wait a minute, what y'all mean Quavo? What y'all mean Quavo was here? Ain't no way. And then again, that was the game Brock Bowers that got hurt during the season.
Yep.
That was the game he came back. And when I say that was the loudest the crowd ever got, no matter their touchdowns, their defensive stops, their anything, when they announced him coming back in the game, it was like, okay, this is Georgia.
I'm in Georgia. I am not at UNT. I am not at Ole Miss. This is some next level.
This is Athens for sure.
Yeah. How long do you usually get to stay whenever you're playing against an away opponent?
So we practice Friday morning. We have a fast Friday, and then we'll leave. You leave that Friday. You get down there Friday night. You go through your little film. You do stretching, film, eat, everything, your little test and everything. And then the next morning, turn in your test, you eat, everything. You go through a walkthrough again. And then you play, and then you leave right after. You leave right after the game.
You leave right after the game. You're flying every single time?
For sure.
Yeah.
We drove to Alabama, but we flew back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple games, like, we drew to Alabama. I think we drove. I want to say we drove to Georgia too. Nah, we didn't drive.
Georgia's far,
Yeah,
bro.
we didn't drive to Georgia. We flew to Georgia. I'm tripping.
I was like,
yeah.
I hope they don't do that to y'all.
We drove to Mississippi State too, of course, because
Yeah.
that's up the street. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Deshawn, you transferred with 2 years of eligibility, and then when you got there, it became 1. Can you describe the discrepancy between that?
Man, it's kind of hard to talk about because it was like they told me one thing, but once it got to crunch time at the end of the season, it was, nah, that's not what it is. So it was just like.
Who told you one thing, UNT or Ole Miss?
Nah, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Ole Miss told me that, and I was like, but y'all just told me I had 2 years. And then y'all telling the scouts that I'm coming back for another year, but when it came time to actually be able to come back, y'all was telling me I ain't got no more years of eligibility. And I was just so confused about it. So I was just like, man, it's time for the next level.
Yeah, it's time for the next level.
You feel me? I don't want to deal with all the who say, he say, she say. I feel like I put together a good enough resume and put enough work in and show my versatility. I feel like it was time to take that next step again.
Absolutely. So tell me, even though you're at Ole Miss for only 1 year, what teammates were you closest with?
My dog, Zamari Walton, he was a transfer from Georgia Tech. My dog, TJ Young, Teej Young, he was a transfer from FAU. My dog, Chris Graves, he was a freshman as a young buck. He was from Miami, Florida. My dog, Deshawn Anthony, he came from Liberty. It was a lot, but my dogs, Amari and T. Young, them was my dogs, like every day talking, like every day by each other, like always with each other. Them was my 2 dogs.
No, for sure.
For sure.
Okay. What would you tell somebody who's getting recruited right now at the D1 level? They're coming from high school.
Don't go nowhere where you want it. Go somewhere where you need it. For sure. Look at the roster. Look at what you're getting yourself into, and never go off what he say, she say. Make sure the love is there. Make sure it's genuine. Never just be so fast to rush into something. Make sure you sit down, write down your pros and cons, and know this is what I can do, but this is what I'm going to do. Like, make sure you just sit down with your people. Don't think you got to go through it alone. Ask questions from your friends you got, that was in the league, or friends that's in the college, or make sure you talk it over with your parents, though, like, and your people, just to make sure you making the right decision, because it could be a decision for 4 years or it could be a decision for 1 year, you know, and you don't want to make it a 1-year decision.
No.
Yeah.
You kind of want to stay into a program. Can you talk about, we talked about it a little bit before the cameras started rolling, but what would you bring from UNT to Ole Miss?
I would say I would bring the work ethic and the passion for the game, because at UNT and I know at the lower conferences, the NIL ain't what it is in the SEC, you know. So they playing for so much more because they don't have it, you know. I would say when you get to the SEC or the Big 12, the Big 10, that money kind of makes people soft in a way, like, because it just, no matter what you do, you know you got a little money in your pocket. So you going to be happy. Like, yeah, you might not perform, you might not caught the ball, you might not guard him, but you paid. And I feel like NIL is like a blessing and a curse, man. It really just depends on how your character is and how you go about what you do, how you change and how you navigate and move when you get money, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody different, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say, you know, real life has been brought to college sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, whether you're playing your ass off to, you know, get to that next level, but once you get to that next level, once you get paid, are you just going to relax?
You feel
You
me?
know, definitely pros and cons,
Yeah.
but it's all about how you manage yourself. So the NIL at Ole Miss is top notch. Can you kind of speak on what the offers look like whenever you were committing to Ole Miss?
It was you was gonna be comfortable there for sure. They was for sure gonna take care of you and make sure you needed what you needed off the field and make sure you performed on the field.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so there was NIL money, scholarship, stipend. Did they provide housing?
Nah, but with the stipend and cost of attendance, you was okay with, you know, taking care of the housing and still having enough money to eat comfortably, live comfortably, and just be in your shoes and not have to really worry about no next meal. And then their cafeteria was good. Like, it wasn't 1810. Okay, it was, yeah. The breakfast was like the omelets, the man, everything. I ain't gonna lie, their cafeteria was good for sure. And then it's kind of like right in our facility, you know. So it was like you don't have to go over here and then have to hurry up and run over here to rush. Nah, it was like as soon as you walk in, cafeteria, football field.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you would say their meal plans are on point?
Yeah.
Everybody was well fed, well taken care of. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yeah. And then we had red card. So red card, it was they give you like $15 on the card, and you could go to like Tropical Smoothie Cafe. You can go to Insomnia Cookies. You can go to it was South Depot. You could go to all these Bim Bams, all these little restaurants around the town where you would get $15 off your meal, and then you just got to pay the difference.
Right.
Or you could just pay $15 and have a free meal, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm kind of jumping back. You said that you're originally from Indiana, right?
Born and raised.
Born and raised in Indiana. You said once you had a was it somebody who passed?
Yeah.
But you kind of speak on that, the promise that you did and why you haven't returned back to Indiana.
Yeah, so my pops passed my junior year on senior night in high school. Never forget it. We were setting up for the seniors, and I just get a call. Like, one of the coaches come down. He's just like, you got a call right here. And I'm like, boom, okay. And they just let me know the news, like, Pops passed away from a bad heart. And I just break down. Like, I get on the cart. They take me back to our indoor facility, and I'm just bawling my eyes out. And the whole time it's crazy, though, because I stayed at senior night to help keep setting up and, like, celebrate our seniors, because, like, that's just the type of guy I am, you know. Like, the love for the game. I have more than I feel like anybody. I really love football. Like, the passion I got for the game, I never lose it, I feel like, you know. But, yeah, that promise, I was like, I just can't. I can't come back until I get invited to the Combine, which is always in the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was just like, that's the next time y'all going to see me, man. Like, that's when I'm going to come back. And I just know it would have made everybody so proud. I know I would have brought the whole city out. And then I think a year ago, my friend DeJuan Jones, he played on the Browns from Ohio State, the big old lineman. That's my dog. Like, we played Little League together our whole life, and it was just like he just came back last year. He got drafted and everything, and it was just like I got to do that too. But it was just like God got other plans. But I'm not too worried about it. If it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. But I know Pro Day gonna be the day to set it all off. So I'm not really. It is what it is.
And what Pro Day are you going to? Do you know yet?
Ole Miss for sure, March 27th.
So you're going to Ole Miss Pro Day. Can you tell me how much your faith plays a part in all of this, Deshawn?
Man, at the lowest guy out there, it's the highest guy out there. I believe in him, and I know he believe in me, and it's just he never turned on me, so why should I turn on him? Like, he's been there forever, and he's not going nowhere. So I just feel like I can't go nowhere. I got to keep, and it can always get stronger. That's why I pray every day, every night. Like, before that, I pray just to let him know, and I always hear him. He talking to me, and I'm talking to him. I know everything going to be all right.
Right. Right. Can you talk about you were at Ole Miss, and it was after a game, and you saw your mom. Was it the first game?
Nah, that was, I want to say, Georgia Tech, the third game. And it was just like,
I made it. I'm doing it.
Yeah. Nah, that was the game I was crying, like real tears in my eyes. And she was just like, my pawpaw was there too. He drove his RV down there. My pawpaw and my grandma was there. And she was just like, you good. And whenever she give me, like, them words, like, that's just words of comfort for me. Like, you good. We all right. Like, look where we at. Like, we from Indianapolis, Indiana. Like, how many people do you know from Indiana really living out their dream, And that was early in the season, so it was just like I had to realize it's a long season, So, but she didn't miss one game, home and away. Yeah, Ole Miss too. She don't miss no games, and that been since I was little.
Whoa.
She comes to every game. Like, and she had asked me, even if, do you want me to be here? Do you want me? Nah, Mom, you don't got to come. Well, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And that's, but in every game, I'm looking for her. She know that. Like, I don't start the game until I find her.
Wow.
Like, pre-game, like, I'm on this, like, I'm bar stuff. Like, when we come out the tunnel, we run out, I get down, I pray, and we go back to the bench. Everybody, like, you looking for your mama, right? Yeah, I'm looking for my mama. Like, I'm looking for my mama. Like, and if she not there, I'm mad because it's like, why don't I see you?
Right.
You feel me? Like, I need you here. Like, I need you here.
Did you have a NIL deal to help with, getting your mom there for games and things like that? Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I had a flight package with Delta to make sure she came to all my games and had somewhere to stay. Yeah. And then at home games, I had a 2-bed, 2-bath, so she could always, just sleep in my crib.
Yeah.
So it was, for sure.
Yeah, and that's what I really want to highlight on how NIL can really, move the ball and really, bring a sense of comfort to these players, whereas they might have not been able to provide it otherwise.
Yeah. But even at UNT, when it wasn't no deal, my mama, she at the games, rain, sleet, or snow. Like, I remember we went and played FIU I want to say junior year, and it was pouring down raining. She out there by herself with a what's the little thing it's called? The
poncho?
With a poncho. I'm telling you, I got a picture of him. She up there in the stands. I'm holding my heart down with her. Like, that's everything. I ain't gonna lie. She more than a man can ask for. Like, that's a mom I feel like everybody needs to have. Like, the mom I got, I wouldn't ask for nobody else. I don't want nobody else. I love everything about her. She showed me to never flinch, never blink, chin up, chest out, And yeah, I love her, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would say the relationship with your mother, it's very pivotal in the success you've had now?
Man, people didn't call my mama weird. Like, she's like, why you love your son so much? Why you always doing? But they just don't know. Like, they just don't know, man. The stuff we done went through it's just all part of the story, and I can't wait until it's told, man. I just can't wait till it's told, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can you please tell me about Halloween night at Ole Miss?
Oh, Halloween night. Oh, my God. Who did we play? I can't remember who we played, but I remember the night we went out. So we go out, and I'm like, man,
I'm not wearing a costume.
I need a costume. My friends, they looking like vampires and got blood on them and stuff. And I'm like, bro, I'm not wearing no costume. Like, I'm Lil Gaddie. I'm me. Like, what you see, that's me. This is my costume. So then we get into one of the clubs, and somebody was like, Lil Gaddie. They said, bro, oh my God, bro, I was going to be you for Halloween. And I'm like, what you mean you was going to be me for Halloween? So he pulls his phones out. He showed me the video. He literally has a hat on. It's a white guy. He got a hat on. He got fake dreads. He got the Rasta dreads. He had a little, like the little silver grill in.
Yeah.
He had his glasses on and showed me. He was like, I'm going to be Lil Gaddie for Halloween. And I was like, bro, you are the most turned guy I've ever seen. And he was like, my friends was like, I shouldn't do it because it'd be racist, it'd be wrong. I was like, bro, it's a costume.
Yeah.
I said, bro, that would have, bro, I said, you made my night. Like, you made me, like, realize that, like, people love me, you know. And I was like, and that's what I'm here for. Like, you would never see me down talk nobody. You would never see me, like, you could put me in any room. I could talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Just cause like me being genuine. Like I just know how it feels to be nothing. I know how it feels to be up top, you know, like and I don't never want to put that past anybody, you know. Little words you say to people really can alter their day, and I just don't want to make nobody feel bad, you know. I want everybody to feel like they want it, you know. Everybody may feel like they love because you don't know what they got going on at home. You don't know where they come from. You know, so I just always be trying to I like to see people smile. You see me, I always smile. I love to smile. Like I love to be happy. So I just be trying to make sure I rub off on everybody else, man, cuz you don't know what nobody going through.
Right. I mean, how many people can say that I want to be you for Halloween?
Come on, man. I don't know.
Nobody wants to be me for Halloween. I know that.
I don't know, but when my friend said that, they was like, bro, why do you, they was like, you just don't understand how much they love you out here. And I'm like, I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was something I've never would have in my life imagined somebody would say, you know, like that's just crazy.
That is super cool. When you were telling me that story, I was like, bro, you gotta talk about that. I ain't never heard that in my life, bro. And you were only at Ole Miss for 1 year, so
and not even a whole year.
Yeah.
I got there in May.
Like pretty much a semester and some change.
And some change.
Crazy,
man.
All right, so we're talking about celebrities at this point. Do you have any like a celebrity crush?
Megan Good.
He knew it was coming.
Megan Good. Call me.
Megan Good, what's good?
I call you. Megan Good is always good. I'm telling you, it's good.
So for the people who don't know who Megan Good is, who is Megan Good?
Man, Megan Good, she an actress.
Yeah.
And ever since 35 and Ticking, and that movie is probably like 10 years, 11 years old. No, ever since Stump the Yard. Man, I'm telling you. When Chris Brown, y'all know what happened to Chris Brown when they was dancing. Yeah. They shot Chris Brown, then the DJ. You know, my name DJ. That's my nickname. Yep. But ever since then, it was like, she's the one.
She's the one. You're the one I think about.
She's so like I love a beautiful face. Like, I don't care about your body, all that. Like, I love a natural, pretty woman like that. That's what it is. That's what it is and what it ain't.
Yeah. Have you ever had any, like, celebrities, you know, male or female, like, come in your DMs at all?
I wouldn't say celebrities. Nah, I wouldn't say celebrities.
Nah, no, not yet.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming, yeah. You can bring out, you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
What's the most, you don't have to, but you got 2 phones. Peep that. what's the most wild DM that you've ever gotten from somebody?
It was an elderly white woman. She say, "Them dreads gonna be shaking out that helmet all night tonight." I was like,
What? Pause.
like, what does that mean? Like, I was just so confused because I'm like, I don't understand that. Like, what do you mean by that? But it was just like,
I think it was writing was on the wall.
yeah, I was just like,
Now you just hit that with a scene or a heart?
yeah, I swipe on, swipe off. I don't know what to say to that, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Mr. Miyagi, wipe on, wipe off.
Wipe on, wipe off. Facts.
That's so good. So, what is the best piece of advice somebody has given to you?
Take the message, not the tone.
Can you elaborate off that?
Never listen to how somebody's saying or how somebody's saying something, but listen to what they saying. Because me personally, when I was young, I hated when people yelled at me. Like, no matter the message they were saying, I used to get mad, and I had, like, you know, you get mad and you kind of got tears coming down your eye, but it's like irritated, like a mad ball your fist up.
Mm-hmm.
That was me from, like, little all the way into, like, my freshman year in college. It was, I hated when people yelled at. Like, I didn't like that. It wasn't no, like, I felt sad. It was just like, bro, don't yell at me. Like, you can talk to me normal. I understand. But then it was like, as you kind of got into it, it was like, my Coach Jennings, he told me, he was like, listen to the message and not the tone. And that'll always stick by me because it makes sense. Like, don't listen to how he's saying it. Just listen to the words that he's saying, you know?
Right.
And that's something that I always stick by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really, like, registered with you because it was probably something you were fighting with.
Facts.
Yeah, because coaches get passionate and they raise that tone and
Yeah.
everything, and they probably weren't trying to have negativity come out, but
Yeah.
it's all about reading it, and that's a
Facts.
great quote. I'm gonna steal that one. That's on point.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I grew up off constructive criticism, though. Like, the coach I had in Little League, Coach King, Anthony King, he probably the craziest coach I've ever had. But, like, he made it to where like, you got to do it.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
part of it.
It's a part of it. Like, don't discredit nothing. Don't take nothing from it. Just listen to what I'm saying.
I like that.
And it was just like, it took a minute to click, but once it clicked, it was like, I understand now, you know? So it was like, now I could be in rooms or a coach would yell at me and it just be like, for sure, yes, sir, coach, you know?
Yeah.
It ain't nothing, I got you, for sure.
What was a turning point for you where you were really able to separate the noise and hone in on your craft?
That year before the 2022 season when I was first team all everything, man,
What changed?
my mentality, it was just like, I feel like I didn't get the recognition or no awards or nothing, but it was like I'm steady working, and ain't nobody saying nothing, you know. Not like I ever needed validation from nobody, but it was just like, at that time, I'm 3 years into college, and it's like, why ain't nobody saying nothing about me, you know? Not even on the selfish note, but it was like, sometimes you got to be selfish to
Right.
get what you want, you know? And it was like, that December, that January, I'm 2-a-days by myself. 2-a-days, I bring my friend Quinn. He was from Mississippi, which is crazy, but he was at UNT too.
Wow.
He went to a JUCO in Mississippi, and he didn't play football until his senior year.
What?
Went JUCO, was the number 1 JUCO player, and then came to UNT. And that's probably, everybody called him my twin because we both had jersey. You don't remember number
I
7?
do.
Yeah.
I do.
Everybody get us confused on the
Yes.
field. Like, they literally used to give us each other stats because they didn't know who was who.
What?
Like, it was literally that crazy. But like that December 2022 and that January, it was just like, you got to do something different,
Yeah.
you know. And then I was like, I bet. So we was in the sand pit every day. We was in the weight room every day. We was on the field every single day.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I got to do it. If I really want progress, I really want what I want, I got to put the work in.
Yeah.
Because can't nobody do it for me, So it was like, bet, let's do it. And then,
Let's rock.
And we did it.
And when you did it. So, Lil Gotti, how long have you been in Texas?
I want to say 7, going on 8 years.
8 years. So, tell me, what is your favorite spot to eat in Texas?
I'm going with Rusty Tacos in Denton, Texas. They got probably the best brisket queso nachos you'll ever have.
Really?
And their margaritas,
Fire.
the best.
Yes.
The best. The best.
So, what is your favorite spot to go that's maybe not food, but a favorite spot to go in Texas?
The football field.
I like it.
Any football field. I like to be at like lakes and ponds. I like to just kind of, just chill and manifest, just breathe, just calm down, slow down the heart. I'm big on just going somewhere and just getting out of my car and just chilling, listening to some music,
For sure. So, what makes Texas so great?
I don't know. To me personally, Texas is just so different. Like, somebody from Texas. You could tell somebody when they from Texas.
For sure.
Because they don't act like nobody else. That's one thing I would say for sure. Like, it's different down here only because it's so big and they have everything here. Like, every landscape, every amusement park, they got beaches, they got mountains, they got everything here. So it's kind of hard to, like, tell somebody the state not good when you don't have to leave.
Right. Yeah.
That's one thing I say for sure.
Yeah. So, who's the hardest on you in your family?
Hardest on me? Oh, my Dukes. My mama, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is there anything that she says that maybe irk you a little bit or make you a little salty, but you glad you heard it?
I mean, you got to sacrifice certain things for what you want to accomplish in life.
Absolutely.
Whether it's something you love or something that's bad for you, but, you have to, just like this time right now, it's certain things that I just know I can't do because of what I'm trying to do right now. Like, I'll never get this time in my life back, So, for sure, just knowing you got to sacrifice things.
So, Deshawn, how do you get ready for a game?
Okay, so I wake up in the morning. I'm going to turn on my Afro beats. I'm going to turn on my nice and chill music, that had the brain just nice and chill. You don't want to be too aggressive too early, And I'm going to get in the shower, have my music still going. We're going to go down, we're going to eat. We're going to come back, we're going to put our clothes on, because in Oxford you got to walk, you get to wear your own clothes, put your clothes on. Then we're going to go down, we're going to have a walkthrough. I'm still listening to my chill music. We get on the bus. Now I'm listening to, like, my gospel music, Just giving it all back to God, because just thanking him for everything he done, everything he's doing, everything he going to continue to do. And then once we get down the walk in the Grove, it's like, okay, let's flip the switch, So now we going. We got the aggressive music going. We got the aggressive and chill. Not too aggressive because, I only got one AirPod in. I'm still talking to the fans, shaking all the fans' hand, signing a little football, signing shirts, everything. But once we get to that locker room, straight demon time. Like, all the worst music you could think of, yeah, that's what I'm listening to. Like, I'm training my brain like, yeah, it's go time.
Yeah.
It's go time.
For sure. So, can you give me your favorite pregame song, your hype song that you're listening to or they're playing in the locker room?
That'd be hard.
Can you play it on your phone? Like a little snippet, like slide to it?
Let me see if we got some.
All right. You can take your time. We can. Yeah, your artist.
Oh, my favorite artist, Kodak Black.
Kodak Black.
That's for sure my favorite artist, like, by far. It's not even close. But my favorite song to listen to probably before, let me see. I know exactly what it is, actually. He a new rapper. His name Dirtball. He young.
Wait, so your favorite artist is called?
No, my favorite artist is Kodak Black.
Favorite artist is Kodak Black. Up and coming artist,
Dirtball.
Dirtball. Got it.
He got this song. It's called Stay Down. Living like twin. And then you just listen to him. He say, it's like I know I'm going up, but I gotta stay down.
Hey.
That's all. I'm just leave it right there.
We gonna get copyright issues.
Yeah,
if
you
we
don't want to get copyright, but just first lyric. It's like I know I'm going up, but I gotta stay down. You know, and that's big. Like, hey, I know I'm going up, but gotta stay humble, man.
For sure.
Gotta stay humble.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Walk of Champions, man. So for the people who don't know and people that do know, let it sing, man.
Hey, the Walk of Champions is the best pregame walk in the country. That's the love, the fans, the community, everybody is out just to see you. Like, it be so packed, man.
In
like,
the Grove.
In the Grove, yeah, in the Grove. And it's a good little walk. I think they had to alternate this year because they was reconstructing some stuff. But, man, it's so much love. Like, it make you feel like it's time to play. Like, because they here for you, screaming your name.
Yeah.
Can you sign this? Can you do that? Take a picture with me. And it's just like, the community love me so much. Why would I not go out here and play as hard as I can, you know?
For sure.
Nah.
Yeah. So the Grove, the Walk of Champions, you go through the Grove.
Yeah, you
Can
walk
you
through the
explain
Grove.
the Grove to me?
So the Grove, it's like
Tailgate of the century.
of the century. It's huge. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it don't look like nothing during the school day, but late game day come, the whole thing packed. It's like a field. They got trees. They got like a it's like a
It's in the middle of the university.
middle of the university. It's they got a music thing out there, like a whole stage out there. People be performing. They got these people tailgating over here. They got the RVs over here. It's crazy. But it's so many people. You would be like, bro, this is nuts. Like,
And they're all here.
every time I went, I took pictures. Like, it never got old to me. Like, never. And then you put your clothes on, you got all the cameras, and it's like, it kind of feel like the league. Like, you know, like when they walking down from their cars and all that, and all the fans, everybody taking pictures. The Grove just like that. I'm not gonna lie. It's second to none for sure.
Yeah. When I was at Ole Miss, I would see like chandeliers in tailgates, like something I ain't never seen before in my life.
And then I heard that it used to be you could walk straight. You used to walk through it with the fans, and they used to be right by you. See, now they kind of close it off. They got little bars like next to it, so now we walk through a clear path. But it's still so packed. It's like, this is crazy. Shout out my Dukes, man. Area Bellamy. That's my heart. That's my rock. That's my world. Everything. That's just my everything, man. Shout out my family too, man. I love y'all. I wouldn't be here without y'all, man. I appreciate y'all never flinching, always having my back, and it won't be long, man. It just won't be long.
Yeah, your time is definitely coming.
For sure.
Do you have a favorite grub spot at Ole Miss?
Bim Bams.
What?
Bim Bams.
What is that?
So it's kind of hard to explain, but I know I get the Bim Bam sampler, and they got these sliders, and they got these Philly cheese egg rolls. Crazy.
That sounds so good.
Philly cheese egg rolls. And then you could get the Philly cheese one, or you could get the bacon cheeseburger egg roll.
Holla. Man.
That was something I got about 3-4 times out the week. Red card, yeah, everybody's at Bim Bam. Like, everybody's at Bim Bams.
Absolutely. So is there any defensive back in the pros that you either try to mimic your game after, or you take a little piece of what they got and try to add it to yours?
Really, I just try to learn from everybody, you know, because you could never have too many tools in your toolbox. You know, you always want to, Because if you're gonna guard so many different receivers. That's gonna have so many different attributes. He gonna be real fast. He gonna be real strong. He gonna run good routes. He gonna run smooth routes. So it's kind of like you just wanna try to get as many tools in your toolbox as you can. And then come game day, what tools do you need to take out the toolbox? You know, what do you need to apply to the game? You know, so Jay Ram for sure. I like him because he's just a big corner. You know, he play aggressive. You know, Sauce Gardner for sure, aggressive at the line, good hands. Then you got like Xavier Howard. You know, I like Trayvon Diggs. But you know, he kind of 50-50 corner. So it's like, but Darius Slay, I like Darius Slay. I love Darius Slay. And then I'm trying to think of one more. I can't think of one more.
So what was your favorite competition or a player that you went against that really brought the best out in you?
Brought the best out of me? I feel like whatever we talking about, like practice, we talking about.
I'm talking about
teammates,
in game
game.
at Ole Miss. You're playing against a competition.
Oh,
who did you like going up against?
Trey Harris, and he was at La Tech, so I've been going against him. You feel me? I already been going against him for previous years, but you know he went to Ole Miss, he turned up. You feel me? And that was my locker mate. We both were number 9, so like he was literally right here. So it was every day. Yeah, I love going against him. He a real dog for sure.
What are some milestones and goals that you have for this year, besides your pro day and NFL combine?
For sure, make the 53-man roster. I want to make that roster.
What level of importance is that to you? All time?
All time. I want to be on an active roster. I mean, of course, everyone goes to get in the NFL, but that's not the hard thing. You want to stay in the NFL. And also, I want to stay healthy. That's another thing. That's, God forbid anything. Another thing I can say about college, my whole life, I've never had any major injuries. No surgeries, no nothing. If it was wood, I'd knock on it. Yeah. But, you know, that's another thing because that's key to just getting drafted, you know. What's your body like? You know, one thing I can say, my body is great. I'm great. No major injuries.
How important is going to the trainers and getting, you know, rehab and making sure that you are right and that you are honest with your trainers and how your body is feeling?
That's big. Like, you got to be able to tell them every little thing that hurts because the little things just build up over time and nag around, and now you really didn't hurt yourself when you could have attacked it 2 weeks ago and got a little bit of treatment, you know, just hit the cold tub, just got some boots, just little things just to, you know, make sure that you good in the long run, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any, you know, not favorites, but things that you like to do to, whether it's the hot tub or the cold plunge? What did you do kind of always religiously after a game or for rehab or treatment?
It's crazy because one thing I always hated was that cold tub because it's so cold. Like, it's so cold. But, like, after 3 minutes, then it's like, all right, I could take it. But I ain't gonna lie, that cold tub and hot tub is key. You got to be able to contrast. You got to be able to see the hot tub, it warms up the muscles, you know, but the cold tub takes all the swelling out. It kind of like freezes the body. It freezes the muscle, you know, so it kind of makes it to where it's getting strong, and then the hot tub will relax it all, you know. Break it down, you feel me? So, yeah, the contrast is something that I started doing at Ole Miss for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They have such state-of-the-art facilities. Can you speak on the facilities at Ole Miss?
Yeah, so, you know, when I went there, we got a whole new everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely second to none. That locker room is crazy.
What's crazy about the locker room?
How big it is. It's huge. We got air conditioning for our shoulder pads, for our helmets. We got, when you pull out, like this little side right here, you got all your cleats right here. You open up this door, you got a big old space to put all your loops, all your pins, all your You pull down right here. It's another section, air conditioner to make sure everything dry. Pull it down over here. It's, some more you can put your shoes at. So that's crazy. And then they got hot tubs and cold tubs in our locker room, just a little bit in the back. You know, you just walk through, go to the back by the showers, and then boom, 2 full hot tub and cold tubs. The walk they got projectors when we walk out for the game day. They got projectors of us like on the wall. And they got music playing. That's crazy. The meeting room's nice. The team room's nice. They did what they needed to do.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't there when they had that facility, but I've seen videos, I've seen pictures, and it's like literally insane.
Weight room crazy.
Millions and millions of dollars.
Glow up blue and red. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
That's actually insane. So you were a part of Ole Miss single most wins in a season with 11. Can you speak on the culture and how you can get to that point?
Man, I say we for sure bought in every day. Like we knew the schedule we had and what they projected us to go, and it was the hardest schedule, like calculated and all that. But it was like none of that matters when we line up on the field. Yeah. Like y'all regular just like us. Y'all put y'all pants on one leg at a time just like us. It was just all who came to practice Monday to Friday ready to work. You know, and I feel like we did a great job with that, and we had so many pieces. Like we had piece after piece after piece. Like everybody could do everything. You know, everybody could play everywhere. Everyone was real versatile. So I feel like that's what set us aside. Like we was real family oriented too. We loved each other. Like we was real brothers. You feel me? Like on the field, off the field, we was real brothers. So I feel that's for sure what set us apart too.
Can you talk about the relationship that you have with Lane Kiffin, if any?
Yeah, Lane Kiffin, that's a offensive mastermind, one. Like, he knows how to win the game, I tell you that. He know how to control the game. He know when to do this, when to do that. He was a great, great coach for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who was your defensive coach?
Pete Golden.
Pete Golden. Can you speak on the relationship that you have with them and how he was able to influence you to bring out the best?
Probably one of the best coaches I ever played for also. Like, having an offensive mastermind like that and a defensive mastermind like that, it was like, how could you not succeed?
Well, with 11 wins, I think you guys did.
You know, it was just like, just come in, buy in every day, take your notes, make sure you're not just, you feel me, you're not out there doing what you're not supposed to do. Just come ready to work every day, and the results was gonna show. And I feel like the results showed, you know. And we was just working, man. We was working. Like,
absolutely.
Summer, we was working. Fall, we was working. I'm pretty sure they was working in the spring too, you know. But yeah.
So, transitioning, can you give me a top 5 NFL all time? Can you give me a top 5 NFL for you? Offense and defense, or if you want to split it up.
Ooh, that's hard.
Mm-hmm. Let's do a top 5 all-time offense NFL.
Offense. That's hard. Like, cause you gotta think. Like,
Yeah.
Let me see. The Ravens defense, when they had Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Ed Reed, and all them, might be number 1.
Yeah.
The Bad News Bears. The Bad News Bears. They're about number 1 too though. So
Yeah.
you know it's hard.
If you had to like pick a player from each, you know, any era, you know, what I would do is like, let's go Tom Brady, then I would go, you know, Ray Lewis, then I would go Marshawn Lynch, and then I would hit, you know, you can mix it up like that.
Okay. I'm going Michael Vick. I'm going LaShawn McCoy. I'm going to go Reggie Wayne. I'm going to go Randy Moss.
Yes.
I'm going to go For my tight end, who I want for my tight end? I'm going Antonio Gates.
Yeah.
Antonio Gates. I need another running back though. Cause I don't want to do just the Eagles, you know. I'm just an Eagle fan. Let me see. Jamal Charles, yes. Jamal Charles, yes. And then defense, I want Troy Polamalu. I want Ed Reed. I want Deion Sanders. I want Ray Lewis. I want Patrick Willis. I want Brian Urlacher.
Keep going.
I want J. Ram, of course. I need Brian Dawkins. I need Trent Cole for my line for sure. I need I'm trying to think who else.
And the NFL knowledge is deep with this one.
Nah, and then I like all them old school players because they was really like hitting.
Yeah.
And you know you could.
Yeah. What about Shannon Sharp? I don't really see film on him, but I know
I
he's
ain't really see too much about Shannon
exactly.
Sharp.
I don't know
I'm pretty
either.
sure he was good though, but
Yeah.
I ain't really. I wouldn't put him on my team personally. Yeah. Well, nah, I have a.
That's deep.
Yeah,
That roster's deep.
I want the crazy ones.
Yeah.
I want the ones who gonna knock somebody's head off every time. Like they not gonna blink, no flinch. They coming right at your face every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something that you try to do and just try to keep the pressure every single snap?
Facts. You wanna let the receiver know you here. Like you don't wanna be out there timid because I feel like you can see it because I know I can see in the receiver when he don't want to be there or like he not aggressive or anything like that. Cause me, I'm looking at you like I'm gonna look you right in your eyes and I feel like after a quarter, you know if somebody want to be there or not.
How do you know if someone wants to be there or not?
Just how hard they play. Like when they don't got the ball. Everybody can play hard when they got the ball. But what are you doing when the ball going over there? Because I'm going to hit you. Like if the ball coming this way and you post a block and you don't want to block, I'm going to hit you. Because I know you don't want to block.
Point blank.
You feel me? And that's bad tape on him. Great tape for me, though. Hey, the eye in the sky, don't lie. That's what they say, hey.
And the same thing is, when we're talking about UNT and about the opportunity that you have at Ole Miss, how those guys would react if they were to get a chance at Ole Miss or, a Power 5 conference.
Yeah.
That you would be like, why are these guys playing so hard?
I'm telling you. But that's the mentality that we had installed into our head because we was playing for the next opportunity, We was playing so hard because we know we do this, we could blow.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it was, the mentality we had at UNT was different.
Yeah.
We was always the smallest team on the field, like, and you could see it every game. You'll come out, you'll look, and you're like, why are they all bigger than us? Like, why is everybody bigger than us? Not stronger or faster. But why is everybody bigger than us?
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, that's cool. We finna show y'all, though.
Yeah.
We finna show y'all.
So you had that chip on your shoulder, so to speak.
For sure.
So what edge do you bring? What separates you from everybody else, Deshawn?
I feel like my versatility for sure. I could play everywhere, and I done did it. So it's not like I'm just saying it to say it. I done played boundary corner. I done played strong safety. I done played the hawk. I done played free safety. I done played field corner. I done played inverse safety. Like, I played every position you could play in the DB and like in the defensive backfield. So that, and then my mentality and my knowledge of the game. Like, I watch film, So like, I'm knowing what you might not think I know what you finna do, but I know what you finna do. Now I just gotta let my eyes validate it. I got to make sure you do it. But I know how to stay true to it, I'm not one who we didn't deal with so much adversity. That's another thing. I know how to deal with adversity because that's all we went through at UNT, Like having our back against the wall. A lot of people ain't never had their back against the wall.
Yeah,
And at Ole Miss, it showed. Like when times got rough, you could see it in people's face and their eyes like, oh yeah, he ain't never been here before. And it'd be early. You'd be down 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns. And you could see it in people's face like, you ain't never been down before. And that's not good to me personally, because you got to learn. You got to go through adversity. It's mentally, that's what I'm saying. Back in you was so mentally strong. It was like, it made a difference.
So how much is the game mental and how much of the game is physical?
99% mental, 1% physical, I feel like. Like, if you're physically stronger than your opponent, 9 times out of 10 you're going to win. Like, don't get it messed up. People are going to be stronger. People are going to be faster. But what separates people is their mind.
Yeah.
You know, like on the field, knowing what to do, knowing where to be at, knowing this call, like knowing if he line up here, he going to do this, knowing if his split like this, they going to run these routes, knowing if he kick back like that, it's a pass, knowing if he run hard down, it's a run, like little stuff like that. I feel like that's for sure what separates me and just any player who, you know, try to think like me like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you speak on the IQ that you have? I feel like you are really dedicated to film, you're dedicated to studying, and you're really dedicated for the love of the game. And you're really not worried about all of the other extra things that'll come with, but you're more just like, I love football, and I want people to know that.
Oh, yeah, nah. One thing about me for sure, the IQ there is because I know people are going to be bigger, faster, and stronger. Like, in the NFL, everybody's good. There's no skill gap. You feel me? In college, there's a skill gap. But even in the SEC, you know, it's like this is the mini NFL. So you got to get in your playbook just so you could be a step ahead of that guy.
Yeah.
Because he in his playbook, but how much are you really in your playbook? You know, and I feel like that's one thing I'm in. Like, I'm in my playbook. I'm watching film to know to. So when they do this, I know what to do. Like, I'm not panicking when I see something different.
Gotcha.
Because I already seen it.
Yep.
You know, yeah.
No, definitely. I definitely wanted that to shine through because before we were talking, like, your IQ was like next level, and I really wanted them to see it. But transitioning, did you ever collect sports cards? Did you ever get into any of that? Any collecting or ever got into some fresh cards at all?
Nah.
Can you ever imagine seeing yourself signing like rookie cards and things of that nature?
I love all my friends was like even at Ole Miss, I promise you, I don't know how everybody knew me, but everybody knew me, and I never turned down no kid, no grown up, no man, nobody. If they want something signed, I'm signing it. Cause I see people turn it down, and it's like, why? Like if they screaming your name and want to be like you when you get older, they looking up to you. Why would you not just sign a card? Like what's so hard about that?
Right.
Like, and because I done been that little kid, you know, that's how I look at it. Like, I done been a kid, like, I want to be like you when I get older, you know. So to actually have that, it's like you got to give back.
No, absolutely.
Like, yeah, and that's just me being genuine. Like, that's from the heart. Like, I want that kid to be happy. Like, you're making a kid day.
Right.
Just signing his shirt.
Yeah.
Signing his hand, signing anything. Like, giving kid, I gave kids gloves every game.
That's crazy.
Every game.
That's love, man.
I had a kid, like, he traveled. Where did he travel to? He traveled to Alabama. Like, just for me. Because I had gave him some gloves the previous game. And I gave him my gloves again. Like,
that's crazy. That's so cool, man. That's love for the game and really putting yourself in their shoes.
Facts.
Let's transition in. We got a series. We asked 5 questions to get to know Deshawn Gaddie.
Okay.
All right. Take a little drinky drink. You ready?
Yep.
You're on a desert island. You got 3 items. What are you bringing?
Ooh. Dang. Desert island.
3 items.
3 items. No internet?
No internet.
No internet. Okay.
And you can't bring a plane.
Okay. I was sure going to say, okay, I'm bringing a boat. I'm going to give me a boat there. Dang, that's a crazy question. Like, what do you bring to a desert island by yourself?
3 items. Hit me with it. You can think about it.
Let me see.
It's always interesting to see what you come up with.
Dang. Do I already got clothes on?
You got clothes.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, this is not Naked and Afraid.
Okay. 'Cause they do be afraid. I'm just saying. I'm bringing a gun. Because I got to kill to eat. So, yeah, I'm bringing a gun. That's one. I got to bring something to get signal. I don't know what, but, like.
If you had signal, you bring in your phone?
What am I? Phone is going to be the first thing coming. Okay. And then I'm probably going to bring somebody. I'm going to bring my uncle.
Why are you bringing your uncle?
Because he's going to help me find a way to get off.
You believe in him like that much?
Yep. We going to find a way. We going to find a way off.
Okay, so you're bringing a gun, a phone, and your uncle.
Yep.
I love that. That's real. We've heard some crazy answers. We ask everybody who comes on the podcast. So that's pretty original right there. So, would you rather have your flight delayed for 8 hours or luggage missing? And you got a game to get to.
Delay my flight. Oh, I got a game to get to? Take my luggage. Take my luggage. I'm probably not packing nothing anyway. I'm going to a football game.
Yeah.
I'm packing my regular clothes,
Yeah.
a pair of shoes, probably the team issue shoes. I ain't packing too much crazy stuff.
All right. Or here's another island question.
Okay.
Would you rather be stuck on an island alone or with an enemy?
With an enemy.
Why?
Because we not going to be enemies for too much longer. I feel like we going to have to come to the realization like, hey, we both stranded, so what are we going to do?
Right.
You know, like, we can either keep getting mad at each other and be on two separate sides of the island and not do nothing, or try to put our minds together and come up with something, you know.
I like it.
Yeah, facts.
I like that.
Facts.
I like that. What's your favorite tattoo?
Right here.
What does it say?
Area. That's my mama name.
That's
Area
love.
with 2 hearts.
Area with 2 hearts.
Area with 2 hearts.
And that's her name?
Yep.
Love that. Love that. Last question. What would Deshawn tell himself 5 years ago?
Keep being you. Don't let nobody tell you not to be you. Be you.
Why is that important?
Because a lot of people are not comfortable in their shoes. A lot of people can't be themselves. One thing I always been was myself. I never changed for nobody, and I never let nobody change me. I just got to keep being me because it been working. So
Yeah, I love that. All right, so we got the helmet right here.
yes, sir.
We got the jersey, and this was a actual jersey that you wore during the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Can you kind of speak on what it meant to put on an Ole Miss jersey, an Ole Miss helmet, and kind of how that made you kind of – because that's real, you know? Like, you can get
Facts.
recruited, you get invited, you're talking to coaches, but then you put on that uniform, man, and that's got to be –
It felt so different. I ain't gonna lie, the first time it was just like, when media day came, I'm like, I'm really in the, like, yeah, you can ask my friends when we, cause, you know, we was all in there. So I'm walking in and my jersey hanging up and I'm like, that's me.
Yeah.
Like, that's my name.
Yeah,
like,
that's God's plan right
yeah,
there.
like I'm here now. Like when I seen it, that's what I thought. I was like, I'm here now.
No
like,
going back.
Ain't no going back. My name on this. Like, this me. This
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it meant the world, man. It was something I'd do again if I could. I'd never go back on anything.
Do you have any regrets?
Live life with no regrets, man. Life is all about, you got to make mistakes in order to be successful. Every billionaire that went broke.
Yep. Love it.
Facts.
Love it. Here we have Now It's Legal podcast with Deshawn Gaddie. I mean, it's been a pleasure. I love working with you, man. Hopefully we can get some NIL deals going on. We enter the draft. It's going to be a pro deal. So let's get to it, man.
I appreciate you having me, man.
All right,
no
bro.
cap.
Hell yeah.